everyone. Today I'm going to go over 8th grade days 13 through 15 with you. It might be a little bit of a longer video because I'm doing 3 days worth in one video. So feel free to fast forward to whatever day you need help with, or just watch a little bit and then get your answers and move on. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, we're still talking about the poem Frankenstein by Edward Field. So this is your poem. I tried to pick a shorter one that was easier to read and was kind of interesting. So let's look at days 13 assignment. So in the poem, the villagers think that the monster Frankenstein is dangerous and they begin to chase him with weapons. Why do you think the villagers are afraid of the monster? Make sure to use details from the poem. So we're going to reread lines. So we're just going to look at the poem. Okay, I thought I put lines in there, but I didn't. That's okay. Let's go look at the poem. The monster has escaped from the dungeon where he was kept by the Baron, who made him with knobs sticking out from each side of his neck, where the head was attached to the body, and stitching all over where parts of cadavers were sewed together. He was pursued by the ignorant villagers who think he is evil and dangerous because he is ugly and makes ugly noises. They wave fire bands at him and cudgels and rakes, but he escapes and comes to the thatched cottage of an old blind man playing on the violin. Okay. So it says right there in the poem, they are afraid of him because he's ugly and makes ugly noises. So that one was pretty simple right there in the text. So a universal truth is something that across our world can be understood, or people can be like, yeah, I can see that. I agree with that. Kind of one of those things. So one of the universal truths in this story is people in their ignorance will often make judgments on people or things based on appearance alone. I say that's pretty true, regardless if you do this or not. There are people who do. Even with like books, okay? You can pick a book out of the shelf, and if it doesn't have a cover you like, you might put it back. That's even if it's not people, we often judge things based on their appearance alone, okay? So do you think this is true? In general, do you think people often make judgments about people or things based on appearances without getting to know them first? Okay, so if you're driving down the road and there is a rundown old gas station on your right and a fancy new one on your left, which one are you more likely to go to? The new one, right? So I think this in general is true. Even if it's not people, you might not judge a person based on their appearance before getting to know them, but you might judge things. Okay, so that's fine. So this is an opinion question. You can say yes or no, but you make sure that you kind of back up whatever you choose. So if you say no, then kind of justify or tell me why you say no if you think it's not true. And then if you do think it's true, then you say that, okay? Let's go down to day 14. So that was day 13. Not too shabby. We love a good opinion question because as long as you back it up, it's really hard to be wrong. Okay, so let's continue looking at the poem. In the poem, the monster has a strong reaction to the blind man who offers the monster some bread. So we're going to go back to the poem. Hearing him approach, the blind man welcomes him. "Come in, my friend," and takes him by the arm. "You must be weary," and sits him down inside the house, for the blind man has long dreamed of having a friend to share his lonely life. The monster has never known kindness. The Baron was cruel, but somehow he is able to accept it now, and he really has no instincts to harm the old man. For in spite of his awful looks, he has a tender heart. Who knows what cadaver that part of him came from? The old man seats him at table, offers him bread, and says, "Eat, my friend." The monster rears back, roaring in terror. "No, my friend, it is good. Eat now." and the old man shows him how to eat and reassured the monster eats and says, "Eat good." Trying out the words and finding them good too. Okay? So, the monster does not want to hurt this man. He has a tender heart, it says, but he is very taken aback when the man offers him bread. So that's all you have to do is just describe the monster's reaction. Why do you think the monster reacts this way? Think about the human interaction the monster has had before the blind man. Is it good or bad? So like it says, the bear was cruel. He was just chased by ignorant villagers. Okay, so think about why the monster reared back or roared back. Probably because he didn't know what to do. He thought maybe this blind man was going to hurt him. Okay, so the monster is just really surprised. He doesn't know how to react. So I would say the monster reacts this way because he knows nothing else besides cruelty from humans. Okay, and obviously the interaction before the blind man was bad. It was bad between humans and him. Okay, that was day 14. Let's go look at day 15. All right, one theme. Let's talk about theme. Theme is not the topic. It is a message or the moral of the story. Okay, theme shouldn't be a foreign concept to you, but if it is, let me explain. So we want to theme. Most stories and poems have a message or a moral of the story, and that is a theme. Okay, theme is not the topic. Okay, so the topic of this poem would be Frankenstein. Okay, one possible theme from this poem is we should not judge people by their appearance. So, using details and evidence from the poem, how does the author of this poem illustrate this theme? Okay, so look at your notes. Look at the interaction between the blind man and the villagers. So, the villagers jump to conclusion because the monster is ugly and made ugly noises, but then we later find out that the monster has a tender heart and he actually cares. And the blind man was nice to the monster without being able to see him. He just went off of what he could hear and what he could feel and what he could, how he interacted with the monster without seeing him. Okay, so you can use any of those examples to prove the theme. I've given you the theme, and now you just need to prove it with evidence from the poem. Okay. If y'all have day 15, that was day 13 through 15. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to email me, send me a remind message, or call and text me at the Google Voice number that I've been giving y'all. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll be posting more videos as new AMI assignments come out from me. And I miss you guys, and good luck, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.